What's up, you guys? I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 for over 100 days, and I've been putting it through the ranks in terms of camera, battery, gaming, performance, and everything in between. This is going to be my 100-day review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. So, full disclaimer, I am not going to be talking about specs too heavily on this review. I already have a review separate from this video that has specs and differences between the previous model and the current model. So if that's what you're looking for, please make sure to click this video right here. But this is going to be a 100-day review of just me as an average user using this device. First things first, let's go ahead and talk about design. So let's not beat around the bush. This is the best designed foldable in the world right now. Perhaps the sharp edges can be subjective. However, the thinness is superb. It's the thinnest foldable in the world, and it is super light as well. Samsung has made its mark and has shown all the other OEMs that it can still innovate if pushed to do so. Yes, it lost S Pen support. However, if this is the reason why, I can see why Samsung made this decision. Look how thin this thing is, man. This thing is insane, right? Not to mention just the lightness. This thing is lighter than the S25 Ultra, just for reference, if you guys have ever held that. It truly feels like a different phone in your hand. And after 100 days, it still feels insane every time you pick it up, knowing that this is a foldable device. Going forward, I'd like to see if Samsung can somehow squeeze the signature S Pen back into it, as well as adding a silicone carbon battery, but that's just really me cherry picking as an enthusiast. Overall, it's a great phone, and other OEMs are going to be playing catch up for the next couple years to achieve this aesthetic right here. Now, going into performance on this device, Samsung has the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor and 12 gigabytes of RAM. To be honest, it's snappy, as it should be. No complaints really. It's one of the best processors on the market. From multitasking to gaming and everything in between, it's been great. It has a 2600 nits peak of brightness, and although it could be brighter, I've never necessarily seen myself craving more brightness, even when I'm outdoors. That's definitely something I'd see them improving in the next generation, with its competitors being slightly higher, like the Pixel at 3000 and the other guys as well. But to be honest, it's been plenty bright. The battery has also been surprisingly good. I don't know what sorcery Samsung is using to achieve this all-day battery life on a 4400 milliamp hour battery. On paper, it looks concerning, but in reality, it's not something you should be worried about. I'm literally getting all-day battery life on this guy, and this is with heavy usage and gaming and everything in between. I've put it through the stress test, and yes, you can make it die just like any other phone. And if you're not trying, then it's simply just not gonna die. One thing I would like is if Samsung did add its 45-watt charging to the Z Fold series. Given the price point on what this is, and the other two models being the 25 Plus and the 25 Ultra supporting 45 watts, I'd like to see Samsung incorporate that into the Z Fold, especially since it does have a smaller battery cell, so it would benefit more greatly than those phones itself, right? But that's just one big plus. Like, it's this thin and it still manages to get all-day battery life. I typically use it kind of 50-50 in between the cover screen and the wider screen, so realistically it's been solid. Now, when it comes to the camera, technically if you look at Samsung's lineup, it's the second best camera that Samsung offers, slightly behind the Ultra model. It doesn't have the 5x telephoto lens that the Ultra has, but besides that, it's got the same 200 megapixel. It doesn't have the same wide angle, but no other phone does besides that 50 megapixel on the Ultra. It's still a 10 ultra wide megapixel. And then you of course have your 3x Samsung calls space zoom telephoto lens. And let's be honest, it's a Samsung camera. So whether you like that or you don't like that, that is entirely up to you. No one can stop the post-processing that Samsung likes to offer on their phones. That being said, if you don't know what that is, that means it is slightly more vibrant when you take the photo. You know, colors are a little bit more poppy. Some people like that, including myself. You know, it kind of makes a dull moment look a little bit more vibrant, especially when you're looking back at that. And typically it's not too over sharpened unless you're zoomed in digitally at a 30 times zoom. Then it typically over sharpens to grab as much detail as possible. Example right here. But besides that, it's been a great camera. Samsung makes great cameras. I'm confident to say it's going to be the best camera array you can get in any foldable. So if you are a maximizer, then this is definitely the phone for you. Now, lastly, when it comes to software, the software experience on the Z Fold 7 is running Android 16 with One UI 8, and hopefully One UI 8.5 coming soon. I've seen a lot of good things about One UI 8.5, and that might completely make this phone even more valuable as a purchase coming this holiday season. The best way I can describe Samsung software is it is very smooth. It's very linear and it's very smooth. It has a smooth aesthetic versus its competitors like Google and OnePlus. Typically, they go for more of a bubbly, expressive approach versus Samsung is just super linear. From A to Z, it goes in a complete one singular motion. However, it does have a lot of its own characteristics that make it stand out from those competitors as well. For example, Now Brief is an AI feature that gives you briefing regarding your entire day with summaries from morning, afternoon, and evening that uses AI to sort through your applications like calendar, events, messages, and more. It's a pretty cool, useful feature that does make your phone a bit more in touch with yourself. Secondly, and this is one that I really do favor when I go back to my Samsung devices, and it kind of makes me upset that for whatever reason it's not on any other Android device, is the live wallpapers that you can put on your screen. From videos to your favorite memory or just something straight up fun, and you can do like some anime shots. Every time you turn on your phone, whether it's the cover display or the main display, you can get a burst of action or a burst of whatever aesthetic that you want on your phone. It's the only phone that I'm aware of that can do this. Perhaps it drains a little bit of battery life. It's nothing that I've seen that's going to be noticeable in terms of battery life drain, but is a fun feature that really I can't get on any other device. It creates a little bit more sense of customization, which going to that, another cool feature is you can physically change the sizes of your widgets with One UI 8. You can make them smaller, you can make them larger. It gives you more customizability that you just simply can't do on other OEMs. For example, Pixel does not give you any of that. You get what you get. So that's one cool feature with One UI 8 as well. It's just customization does take it up a notch on Samsung devices. Another cool thing that I've noticed on the Z Fold 7, and this is more of a foldable thing with One UI 8, is you can have a different cover display versus a different inner display. It gives you the flexibility to have two different pages that you can customize to your preference. Versus on the Pixel, one thing that you do notice is whether it's the cover or if I open it up, it's the main. There's no difference between the two. I have noticed some people really appreciate that the Samsung gives you that capability, and I do as well myself. So if that's something you're looking into, definitely take note on that. Lastly, it would be a crime for me not to mention Galaxy AI. It's quite a bit of everything from call assist to writing assist to interpreter. From my understanding, it's the best translation app from what I've done personally. Nothing really competes with interpreter. It is really fantastic, and I recommend everyone to use it if you have a Samsung device. To transcript assist, to browsing assist in Samsung Internet, to photo assist, whether it's removing, whether it's adding sketch to image, to drawing assist, to audio eraser, which is conveniently very clutch in a lot of scenarios, whether it's background noise or music and removal. That is super cool. especially for all those YouTubers that need to remove copyrighted music out of the background. That is a superb feature right there. You should definitely look into that. But yeah, you also have like Now Brief, as we mentioned, and Health Assist. There's a lot of cool AI tricks that you can get exclusively on Samsung the devices. And currently, as of this recording, it's one of the better AI applications when it comes to accuracy. Samsung really did get a head start on Galaxy AI, and it's definitely paying off for them, as in OnePlus is still trying to compete. Google's AI implementation is there, but it is fragmented a little bit. Not to mention, you can still get all of the Google Gemini features on the Samsung phone as well, so you're not really losing anything, you're only gaining more. So when it comes to AI, I always tell people Samsung has the most AI features compared to any other Android OEM on the market. So that going into software, that is super clutch. So yeah, do I recommend this phone? 110% yes. This might be a video that you guys are looking for the holidays, and that being said, this thing regularly goes on sale, and you can probably even find an open box one from Best Buy or a clearance one online. This is a great phone and a great gift for anyone that you're looking towards, right? Also, if you're coming from an older Z Fold series, I 100% recommend upgrading. I don't think Samsung is going to make a huge jump from this going forward. I think it's going to be more of a refinement going after, whether it's the 8 or the 9. They've really solidified this design, and I don't think they're going to make it any thinner anytime soon. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a big fat like and subscribe. Anything helps. Let me know what I can do next time to better further your viewing experience. But without further ado, let's do what it do. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. I hope I helped you make your decision. Peace.